everyone. Welcome back once again. We are here with our friend Isah. He is a fellow syncretist that we met through the Abundant Mindset Generation, where we are creating wealth, generational wealth. And we got into conversating while talking about the creating abundance. And yeah, so we got to talking about all things syncretism and found that one of our favorite things to talk about is astrology. Like, we all love talking about the stars. So that's going to be our focus. We're going to bring up Isah's chart and just kind of flow with it, you know, wherever the conversation brings us. How are you doing today, Isah?
I'm doing okay.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm doing better talking to you guys.
Good.
Just instantly made my day. So
Yeah.
that's
that
great.
happens like that, doesn't it? You just got to introduce somebody's energy into the situation, and it changes it all the time. I think because it changes the composite birth chart. So right now you're working with the transits on your birth chart, and even slightly what comes into it is the birth chart of your house you're in and the city you're in, and it's making a composite. But if you get new people's energy, and it changes the composite birth chart, so you're so the transiting planets are affecting all of us differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just start thinking about, like, I'm always happier when I'm social. Like, my sun is in the seventh house with Mercury. So like I'm always depressed when I'm alone, always. And when I'm social, I always smile a lot, and just comes naturally like that. So
yeah, should we look at your chart and see
yeah,
how that
sure,
works?
sure.
Okay. I'm gonna share the screen here.
I am very excited.
Yeah.
Let's see where the planets are right now too, just to ground ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we use astro.com, and then you can check the planets of the moment here. Go down to the chart of the moment.
Moon's in Cancer, that's why emotions are extreme. Moon in Cancer is extreme emotions because the moon is water, Cancer is water, emotions are water, and it's extreme because Cancer is highest on the ecliptic, on the sine wave. Cancer's up at the top, wave amplitude, meaning it is the most extreme energy in the positive section of the sine wave. So Cancer is always extreme, maximum, full on. Yeah, and it's water, so it's full on emotions.
Yeah, I know. I woke up feeling super overwhelmed, like not really emotional, like sad or angry or anything like that. I was just like, oh, I just gotta decompress, and that helped. But
what helped?
Just taking some breaths and whatnot. Yeah, yoga. Yeah. Okay, so that's the chart of the moment. Let's take a look at Isah's chart. We haven't looked at it yet, so that's how we like to do readings anyways, is like intuitively and without looking at them beforehand. So we'll add your info. When's your birthday?
You're ready?
Yeah.
I have the 22nd of June.
Okay.
And I was born in 1997.
Okay. And do you know what time?
1937.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
And
In SLAG.
This one?
This
This
Slagelse. Yeah.
In Denmark?
It's Denmark, yeah. Slagelse.
Okay.
How do you say it?
Slagelse.
Did you live there for very long?
Huh?
Did you live there?
I was born in Slagelse. I've been living there for 22 years. I think.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I moved. Yeah.
But you're still in Denmark, right?
Yeah, I still live in Denmark. Yes.
Yeah.
Holy moly, Pluto on the ascendant.
So we're good here, right? We got June 22nd, 1997, 7:37 p.m. or 1937 in Slagelse, Denmark.
You're saying it correctly.
Okay.
Oh, the moon's right on your
Present.
sun. That's why, huh? It's
Hmm.
Huh?
intense.
My moon is.
The moon right now is right on your sun. That's why you're feeling intensely emotional today.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we are like, yeah.
Yeah, if you bring
It
up the
is.
transits here, yeah, your sun's at 1 degree and the
Oh,
moon's at
okay.
like 6
But
degrees.
it's.
This morning,
It was
it
closer.
felt-
Oh yeah, I know that. I know that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
I
mentioned
sound
that
so
earlier.
surprised.
right.
Yeah.
I didn't hear what you said exactly.
No.
And then, but yeah,
No.
that's what you said.
I was like, is it? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just how you word it. It's like there's so many suns
Yeah.
and moons. There's two of everything once you incorporate transits. What sun's on what moon? Today's or my natal's?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or progressed.
Oh,
You can
okay, okay.
look at all of it, right?
Look at that. 27 degrees Capricorn. My MC is right there. My Juno's right there. Crystal's part of fortune's right there. And Crystal's vertex is right there, all at 27.
Yeah, right in that
There's our
area.
connections.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then I have Cancer in the 11th house. So Cancers are generally my friends. I think that's another
Oh, okay.
connection. Yeah. Yeah.
Where's my 11th house?
Libra. So Libra is your friends.
Oh, and I have a Libra stellium.
Yeah, and I have a Libra vertex. Vertex is the second ascendant, everybody. It's super powerful. If you're looking at someone and you peg them for a Scorpio or whichever, and you look up their chart and they don't have anything in Scorpio, anything in the 8th house, nothing to do with Pluto, Mars, it's like always the vertex.
Mm-hmm.
We've done it a lot, and we were starting to second guess our astrology accuracy guessing because we thought for sure we'd see a Leo. They'd have the big golden hair, they'd be real animated, everything Leo. Look at the chart, can't find Leo. And we'd look and look and look again, but like, some of them went on for like your mom went on for like years. We're like, I swear she's a Leo. Years later, we found vertex, and they say it's the second ascendant. It has more to do with fate. It's a fated point. It's a calculation between the sun, moon, and ascendant, and it makes the second ascendant. So it's the way you look. It's your life, character, vitality. And lo and behold, all these people that we were guessing that we missed, there's only like 2 or 3 or 4, maybe more, maybe like 7.
Yeah.
Out of like the hundreds and hundreds we've guessed. Lo and behold, it was their vertex.
Yep. And interestingly,
That's awesome.
Yours is in Cancer, so you're like super Cancer.
Is it? I thought it was in Gemini.
Your vertex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. It's
Oh,
in
yeah,
Cancer.
vertex.
It's
I was
right on
looking at
Venus
fortune.
too. And you're so Venetian too.
Mm-hmm.
But no one can guess my sign. No one ever guesses my sign.
Yeah, I wouldn't think
No.
you're I wouldn't think you're a Cancer.
I wouldn't either. Well, that's
Yeah.
why I was surprised in the beginning when I said the sun's on your moon. I thought you were Sagittarius or Capricorn.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
If
am
you are.
Sagittarius
Yeah,
ascendant.
Sagittarius. Yeah. And
I have
Capricorn.
like, yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then with that Pluto there, that's like superpower, right? How's that for you?
Like my idea of self is like just obliterated constantly. So like when people ask how I feel, like, or like how I am, or it's like I don't know what to say in general. Like if you ask me something and if I think about it too much, it's like I forget what you said. I just move on.
Right.
Like
Just transform every moment, huh?
yeah, constantly. So
yeah,
like right now, I don't even know what to say about it. It's like
yeah. No, that's all.
when I'm alone, I read about this. When I'm alone, I feel like transformation constantly. But like when I'm together, when I'm with somebody or like social with you two, it's like I just forget who I am.
Water sign.
Also that. But yeah.
Well, Pluto is a ruler of a water.
It's like everything
element.
I look at, like Pluto on Sagittarius, like everything on the ascendant, everything I look at is just being teared apart, like industries, you know, people's facades, you know, people can't hide anything from me, but they can't figure me out at the same time. They think I'm hiding stuff, but I'm not.
Pluto's hide hidden things.
Yeah.
Hidden mysteries.
And like,
but I'm very.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm very, very honest person, but people think I'm hiding stuff all the time, even though I am telling them to their face what I'm thinking.
Wow, yeah. That's probably partly why you call your YouTube channel The Indescribable.
Oh yes.
Right. Yeah.
But that's also like when like most people, they want to give angels names. Yes, but I don't think you should give them names, because that is like undermining their presence. If you can name it, it is not that. Like
you're
like
trying to give it an omen, and it's
like source energy. You can't describe source energy, because we are all like different, and we have different like perspectives and all that. So we would have different ancestors and ways to express ourselves, and that would confuse like others if I was telling you what I would call it. Like, so it's just better to say that it's indescribable like that, because it is.
Right.
And that's how people define me often. It's like I can't really put my finger on it. I can't describe what I feel like that.
Look at look at the Mars on your Pluto today too.
I know, I saw that.
Wow, that's intense. And the sun is right on your ascendant in your first house. The stars are shining on you, and right when we met you, the sun just went 0 degrees Sag, and I was saying that's every time the signs change, these people come into our life. Like every time the moon is in Sag, we visit a Sagittarius. Every time. And that's for every sign, pretty much. Every month or every year.
Yeah.
Like 10 out of 12 at least.
Yeah, and then when did we meet? Like just a few days ago, right? On the first day of Sagittarius.
And it was the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were highlighted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about the thing that my ascendant, that the sun was going through my ascendant, and that I would like wake up and, do my thing.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about that too.
It's bringing glory and light to your life right now.
Yeah.
So use this next 30 days. It's an opportunity for you to.
Yes, it is, and my life is propelling really fast right now. Like, yeah. A lot of great things are happening in my life because I'm taking action. Like,
good.
I've been very stagnant for a long time.
Yeah, that Mars is going to help you too, right on your ascendant. As it moves across, it's going to propel you, make you more motivated and bring more drive. You've
got a moon conjoined Neptune. How's that?
Yeah. That's
dreamy. That's all the Syncretists have a significance with Neptune, 12th house, or Pisces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's hard to describe. Like, I remember a lot, like my past lives.
Wow.
I remember them very clearly, and it's usually very painful, and it's like all the time. But at the same time, it's in Capricorn, so it's like I don't feel anything, but there's so much all the time that it just cracks me up like a stone. Like, and then I just burst out in tears, like the sun in Cancer. You know, it's really constant. I just feel nothing, and I just see like my past lives unfolding and what happened, and like in detail.
That's
And
cool.
I also think others can see it, like when they look at me, they can see who I have been or stuff like that.
Yeah, Neptune's like the transcendental.
Body. Yeah, I see Neptune as the body, like yeah.
Spirit.
It's hard to describe.
Spirit body.
Yeah. Transcendental body. Wasn't it?
Right.
That you were trying to say.
Yeah, it's like the transcendental. It's like the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
it's very subtle.
The waters above. Where the
yeah. I've always been like I've always been talking about like the transcendental water, like that. And when I talk about my emotion, I end up talking about the universe and universal mechanics and stuff like that. And people are like, "Is that your feelings?" It just sounds like information, and like when I talk about my feelings, I end up talking about the cosmos and
that
black
makes
holes.
So much sense. Yeah.
And it always ends up in black holes.
Yeah, because your moon is right there.
It's the
feelings, and it's right next to the
Capricorn would be the black hole too. Man, you got Pluto transiting your moon and Neptune. That's intense.
Yeah, I know.
It's been for a long time.
Yeah. Is it kind of like a dark night of the soul? Because I know when I had a Pluto transit, on my moon.
It's like I am forced, all the pain that I had, like that I have had from past lives. I am being forced to evolve, to transform that energy, to let go of like loved ones that I miss and all that stuff. It's really I think in this time, Pluto and Capricorn is really hard for Capricorns. They're just being torn apart, but it's for good reason.
Yeah.
It's like, it's really tough. We had Pluto, it went into Aquarius for a very short time, not that long ago. It was really delightful. Like I felt like really light.
Yep.
And it went back into
it's right
Capricorn.
Back to where it was.
Yeah.
But
even further back.
It's direct now, and does it go back in? It goes into Aquarius. Does it go back into Capricorn again?
Messes with us.
I can't remember.
I think it's on its last way out.
I think it might retrograde back into Capricorn one more time. I'd have to double check that. But...
Yeah, but this time I really feel like I have got rid of like how to describe it. Like I really transformed like my I've been missing the times in like the I don't even know what to say. The old America, for example. I had a lot of stuck emotions, stuck memories there, and I really developed a new, like to let go of what has been, to make room for new memories, like that. and not hold on to the things there. I really felt like I have been going in that direction the past few months, and actually, letting go and not holding on to that. But it's been really tough, it has. And I have been very conscious of Pluto being in my moon like that. So
destroyer of emotions.
Yeah, but if exactly. Yeah,
tears it down.
And observer.
And the moon is the root chakra. What's it doing to your home life and your root and your mother?
I don't talk to my mother. She is alive. We can't really
relate.
Talk. It always ends up in discussions.
Yeah, Capricorn moons have the hardest relationship with their mother.
Yeah.
And I think when we spoke, like the first time we spoke, I think I remember you mentioning this yod here, right? That goes to your sun. Did you mention that? The inconjuncts, Pluto inconjunct Sun, and Pluto inconjunct Moon and Neptune, basically. And then sextile.
Oh yeah, maybe. I was talking about in conjunction. It's actually a harmonious when you play it on the guitar, or just notes in general. That was what I said.
Yeah, I remember that now. So that's interesting because when you said that, it made me, like double think, like how can that be if they're harmonious in like on a musical instrument like the inconjuncts? Why is it that in astrology generally inconjuncts the planet, when two planets are inconjunct, they have a hard time communicating? It's kind of not harmonious.
Yeah, if they don't understand each other, if they don't have the knowledge, like when I'm talking to Sagittarius, I know I'm Sagittarius ascendant myself, but it's like I know Sagittarius, so when I meet Sagittarius, I know how to speak to them. But they do not necessarily know how to speak to me because they do not know astrology like I do. So I feel they will hurt my feelings because they are too blunt, or they will say like, "Oh, fuck you," or some stuff like that, and I will feel hurt. Because I wouldn't say stuff like that to people.
Right.
So I think.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, it's just if you both know astrology and respect astrology, it is like harmonious, I would say. Because I knew a healer once, an older lady, a healer. She was Sagittarius, and we had like good conversations, and she actually taught me stuff like that. So
yeah, Sages are wonderful teachers in general.
Yeah. They are called the teacher.
Yeah. Oh, and look at this. You have some planets in the 9th house too, so you're like
Mars
a teacher. North Node.
Oh yeah, I got the feeling that you had North Node in the 9th about an hour ago when we were talking. Something you mentioned about teachers, you get I read once North Node in the 9th, you get great teachers like Santos. And I found
exactly. It's like best teacher to have.
A lot of people with all the syncretists pretty much have North Node in the 9th or the 12th, and they're both Jupiterian and have to do with higher education, transcendentalism, astrology, religion, spirituality. Everyone's got the North Node there.
I have my North Node in the 12th.
Yeah. It's literally
beautiful. That's beautiful.
9 out of 10. 9 out of every 10. Probably like 7 out of every 10, but it's a lot.
Yeah. I heard like doctors, they have the Sun and Mercury conjunct.
I suppose because they need to have like surgeons, especially need to have like
precision.
Yeah,
precise
they can
hands.
keep. Yeah, and to keep the what do in Danish we say, to keep the tongue straight in the mouth.
Okay. Yeah.
Like when you keep the tongue at the tip of your teeth, like in the upper part of your mouth. That's like when you concentrate, you should, like I saw a video with Santos speaking about this, that most athletes and like very smart people, they keep their tongue there to keep focus and and not be distracted by sexual energy. Like I feel very dry sometimes when I'm speaking to people of the opposite sex. Like I also do healing and like massage therapy and stuff like that, and I have a very easy time like dealing with other people without being distracted by, you know, what you can be distracted by, right?
Right.
That is very easy for me because it's like the sun is burning all my senses, like that.
Yeah, the tongue on the roof of the mouth creates an electrical circuit.
Yes, and I've always done that.
Yeah, me
like,
too.
Without even knowing.
I'm just like noticing like where my tongue naturally lies, and it's like right there or just up at the roof of my mouth. Yeah.
It is best, and it makes a prettier face too. People that don't do that, their face will like dull, their chin will become weak when they don't do it. I have stopped doing it for a long time because I just forgot about it. But I started doing it again. It just shows instant results in your facial structure.
Wow. Interesting.
It does. And you know, the thing about being like doctor, like I've helped a lot of people with health issues. I've healed many things I didn't know I could heal. Like I've healed like back, like the joints. I don't know what it's called in English, but it's like,
is it arthritis?
Back problems.
Oh, back problems.
Those like discus prolapse. I don't know what's
herniated disc or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I've healed that without even touching a person. I've mended bones like without touching. I've healed psychosis. I've healed. I've removed pains. Like I just know a lot about the body, like in general, and I want to help people like that. I've always wanted to be like a doctor. Yeah, but now I want to be a musician now because no one wants my help. Like no one. So I just want to play music instead.
What do you play? What instrument?
I play all instruments.
Cool.
Like I have my fortune in Gemini. I have a lot of abilities. You know, I play guitar. I can play the drums. I don't play it that much. I play the drums on my body a lot, you know, doing rhythms, and I beatbox a lot.
Mercury and Gemini.
Right now I'm playing the flute. I'm learning to play the flute. Like the end blown flutes, like where you blow in a certain angle. Like the nay, like Persian flutes. I'm building myself right now with PVC pipes.
Cool.
So that's where I'm at right now. I only have an electric guitar, and I don't play that much electric guitar. I'm saving up to buy a Spanish or like a Western guitar. I used to have a lot of guitars, but I threw them out because when I moved here, I didn't have space for them, so I just threw them out. So I really miss my guitar. I can play the piano, but I mostly sing, and I sing every day.
Yeah, I find that singing is probably one of the most healing things that someone can do for themselves.
It is. And it's more, I do more than singing. I do voice, like the video you made, the voice activation. I know if I do like this, like very low frequency, I can heal like the lower parts of my body, like the lower elements, the lower frequent elements in my body through like very low frequencies.
Yeah, so here's how I see that you're a musician. Capricorn is one of the musical signs.
Because it's rhythm, timing.
Saturn rules the music industry. It's timing. Satan. They sell their soul to Satan.
That too.
They all say Capricorn is the music god. And Santos just said on a live the other day. Yeah, Apollo is Capricorn. He's playing the harp. So Moon in Capricorn.
Oh.
Yep, and it's conjunct Neptune, the other planet of music.
Yep.
And it's all in the second house, which is the throat, which is Taurus's house. For those of you that don't know how strong the houses are, they really repeat the signs. Like he just said, he's a singer, he uses his throat. He doesn't have anything in Taurus.
Yeah.
Well, if you study astrology for a long time, you know that all the singers have something in Taurus, and if they don't, it's in the second house, like Bob Dylan, Willie Nelson, Queen, Freddie Mercury, Michael Jackson. They all have something in Taurus, and if they don't, it's in the second house. So look at this, he's got the moon in the second house. It's where the moon exalts, if you were to connect it that way, because the moon exalts in Taurus, the second sign, and it's conjunct Neptune, the planet of music. And then you've got Uranus in the second house and Jupiter in the second house. And I've seen, so Jupiter has to do with teaching, learning, higher education. And I've seen people with Jupiter in the second house, and they teach singing or
music.
Or music. And I even had somebody with Jupiter and Neptune in the second house, just Jupiter and Neptune. And
I have taught people how to sing.
Yeah, no,
actually,
you have.
People who can't sing, like I was like, you just have to believe, like you just have to practice. Everyone can sing. Like I told my friend, I taught him how to sing.
So I had.
It's funny you're saying it.
Yeah, I had a friend tell me, I had a dream I was teaching somebody how to sing, and then like an hour later, I look at his chart and I'm like, oh my God, Jupiter conjunct Neptune in the second house. Jupiter's teaching, Neptune's music and dreaming, and the second house is singing. And I'm like, oh my God, when do all these connections just stop?
They don't.
I want them to.
They don't.
It's just, I get blown away equally every time.
Yeah.
And so you've taught people to sing too. Wow.
I have Jupiter in the second house, and that's what I went to. My higher education is music education. I have a degree in that.
I didn't even realize that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And she's got Jupiter conjunct Saturn, and Saturn is the master music planet, and it's the sign of mastery.
Yeah.
The planet of mastery. So,
but I also think about the notes, the lunar notes, that I have the South Node in Pisces.
Oh yeah.
A lot of the female, and most of them I know is female, but like Piscean musicians, I know a lot of, and like it's bringing that spiritual energy into the physical, like through the North Node.
Yeah.
In Virgo also.
Yeah.
So like I've thought about a lot about education, but like my guys, they're like, he said, you shouldn't waste your time. Like I want to be a chiropractic, but it will take some years, and in the end, that's not really what I want to. Even though I want to help people build their body and to train them. I train a lot. That's what I do mostly. I work out. But
Jupiter.
so I want to I want to help people to build their body, but it's like in the end I just want to play music and just do my own thing without having to deal with people like that.
And the thing with that is, like, you may not think that you're helping people, but just putting those musical frequencies out into the ether, into this realm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Doing more than you think.
Wow.
Like, yeah. I just thought about, like, I tell people a lot of things, a lot of these ideas. Like, once I told my friend that there was these melodies in the ethers that the angels are playing for me or for us. And he was like, oh, okay. And then some years passed by and he came to me like, oh, dude, I saw this research. They found out that melodies are playing in the heavens. And I was like, oh, don't you remember I told you that? And he was like, no, I don't remember. And I was like, okay. But that's really common for me, that I tell people stuff and then years later they're like, oh, they made these research. And then when I talk to them about what I said, they don't even remember I told them about this already. So it's like, that's
you're like ahead.
That's like planting the seeds, or like, that's this wording.
Yep. Yeah, when you
planting.
said that, the angels are, I don't know exactly what you said, but playing musical frequencies in the ether for us, like, I got, my whole body was like filled with truth bumps.
Truth bumps.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like goosebumps.
Yeah.
Just look at how divinely timed and orchestrated everything is. Look who we're decided to do an interview with today. He's a Sag and a Cancer. And look where the sun is. It's in Sag, and the moon's in Cancer.
Wow.
Like, it's illuminate. And we met a Sagittarius rising. The rising signs are probably one of the most, maybe the most important. So we met you on the first day of Sag, and then scheduled an interview on just a whatever day, and it happened to be a Cancer moon,
which is your sun.
So it's your time to shine right now. The two luminaries are on your two signs, and we're interviewing you and capturing you shining right now. And this is how it always is. Every time we do a reading, the moon will be in Taurus, the person's a Taurus. The next reading we do, the moon's in Leo, the person's a Leo. Every reading, like, it's just, and here we go again.
It's like time. So unreal. It's unreal.
It's really weird. It's so unreal that that's all that's real.
It's too real.
Or something. I don't know.
It's like my lower mind is like, nah, you're kidding. It can't like fathom the precision of like the stars and all that stuff. Because it's so on point that it's like unbelievable in some way.
It's perfect.
And all the way down to the fact that you're training bodybuilding in your Sagittarius.
And all kinds of training.
And Sagittarius is the muscular system. So
what is it called? Arnold Schwarzenegger is Sagittarius.
Yeah, I think he's got Jupiter in the 10th too.
So he's known for his muscles.
They all are. So all you bodybuilders out there, which we've checked, anyone with big muscles, because Jupiter's big and expansive.
Like the other day, I'm sorry.
It's just Jupiter and Sag is the muscular system, and anyone with big muscles or that body builds, they have Jupiter or Sag prominence, where it's even just Jupiter in the 10th.
There was rumors once that I took steroids because I was only strength training. I was like 18, and normally I'm at like 69 kilograms, but at that time I was like at 81 kilograms, pure muscle. And people, they were making rumors about me being on steroids because I was really, really ripped. I had 10-pack.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is Arnold Schwarzenegger Danish? Because you kind of sound like him now that we're
he's from Switzerland.
Switzerland. Yeah.
I'm good at making his voice too.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. I'm really great at the what do you say, to sound like other people.
Impersonations.
Yeah, impersonating. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I did that a lot when I was younger, like with the yeah.
That'd be yeah. Human design open throat center, I'd say.
Get to the chopper now.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a perfect example. Here's Arnold's chart. He looks like all of his signs right now.
Okay, what's his sign?
Okay, yeah, so here's Arnold, and you can see all of his signs. He's got this boxy, wider head, wider eyes, sort of almond eyes, Leo. The fixed signs are boxy. You could totally see the Leo in him. They have a thin upper lip too, like a lion mustache. They have a lion brow, wider, even, almondy eyes, and square. They're very square and jowly. They look just like a lion. So you can see that, Leo sun. His moon in Capricorn, you can see that. They have a wide goat chin. He's totally got this, it's sort of wide and rounded.
Same moon as you.
Yeah, and that's why you guys are alike too in another way.
What he has
and a Cancer ascendant.
Oh yeah, and he's Cancer sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can kind of
I watch a lot of videos with Arnold at the moment, actually.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Wow.
And you can kind of see the Cancer crab in the cheeks. They have a little bit of a shine, and there's sort of a high prominent cheekbone.
They're just noticeable.
That's sort of faint on the, you can see it, and it's in there.
I watch compilations with him shouting, like all the scenes where he says like
yeah, and then that's another thing too. Leo's the loudest sign. Think of all these animals. Scorpio's the bird, not that loud. Libra, whatever. Virgo, what lady, not that loud. Cancer, crab, not that loud. Capricorn, goat, they're kind of loud, the animal and the people. Aries, they kind of bark because they're the dog, they're kind of loud. But Leo, the lion roar, is the loudest. It's so loud. We heard a guy that was hiking, and a lion actually jumped over him, over a boulder, and did its roar, and he thought he was right by the road, and a Harley went by. You know how loud a Harley is, and it sounds just like
yeah.
And they're the same thing. Leo's the people riding the Harleys are doing the lion roar type of thing. But he thought the freaking lion was a Harley right in his ear. They're very loud. And Arnold is very loud. And Leos are always the loudest people in the room. They're booming the voice.
Yeah, their voice is noticeable. Like if you hear someone's voice over the crowd,
always,
they're most likely a Leo. Something.
Yeah.
Just look to them and see if they have the boxy.
Or like
and usually
noticeable hair.
Usually golden colored too.
Yeah.
And it is way more often than not.
A lot of people think I'm a Leo actually because of my hair. But it's the Aquarius.
Yeah, they're picking up the opposite.
Yeah. That's chart of the moment.
That's actually what I feel like I notice most. It's like Capricorn and Aquarius, because I have like Uranus, Aquarius,
and Jupiter.
So many people say I have this God complex because I know I am God. Like I know we are all God, all is God, like that. But I don't use the word God like that because it's misunderstood.
Right.
So
yeah, that would be your Sagittarius. I'd say it would be the God complex.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're the religious signs, all about God and religion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is why we pulled up Arnold, and we spoke of earlier the vertex So that's why that's all coming together. This is the perfect example of the strength of the vertex. Here's the vertex. And this is Arnold, and we were talking about how Sagittarius rules the muscular system, and it's an expansive sign, so big muscles. Sagittarius have big muscles, they're bodybuilders. Here's Arnold, vertex.
Yeah, he has nothing else in Sag. He has nothing in the 9th house. His Jupiter, it's not that significantly placed in Scorpio.
No, and it's not just ordinary vertex in Sag, it's perfectly trine his sun by a 1 degree orb.
All right, 5 and
very
6.
very strengthened, and it's a ruling sun too, rules in Leo.
Huh.
Yeah. It's also trine Pluto, Saturn, and maybe lightly Venus.
And that just goes to show like how the planets are like affecting how we look, our demeanor, our voices, because you kind of sound like I mentioned, you sound like Arnold.
Yep.
And you guys are very similar.
And what you do.
And what you do, yeah. Yeah.
Except I don't like to drive in tanks and demolish cars.
Yeah.
Well, because your chart's on exactly the same.
That's probably more Leo. I want to see
cars being demolished, but I don't want to demolish them with a tank like he does.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants to do it, but I guess he does it. I guess he just gets hired to do it.
He loves to crush cars with a tank. I know that.
Oh, does he do that? Like, not just
that's
movies?
like his favorite thing, like big guns and
it'd be Jupiter and Scorpio, big guns.
Right.
And then his and then his vertex is trine the sun, and trine is the Jupiterian angle.
All right.
So he's got all this stacking of Jupiter energy, which is the muscles, in Sagittarius, which is muscles. I rest my case.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah. So it's amazing. It's amazing how the stars
animate everything.
Yeah, it's like projection.
Yeah, it's the holographic projector.
Yeah.
From up above.
Can you say anything else like about my chart? I know you have a lot more experience with these chart readings. Like, because when I think about my chart, I just see cardinal cross. That's what I see. I have a mutable cross. And I have all the air signs.
Right. Yeah.
That's like what I think about when I see my chart.
Yeah, you've got an air trine if you count Chiron. So I'd give you a very momentous mind.
Very mental.
Yeah.
When you asked if there's anything else that we would see in the chart, my eye went to Chiron, and now Nick's mentioning Chiron. But are you familiar with it's an asteroid called the Wounded Healer?
Yeah, I am familiar with Chiron.
Yeah.
Like I don't have friends like that. I don't talk to anyone because of that placement. Or not only because of that, but like it's always very traumatizing for me to deal with others.
Yeah, like Chiron will smash wherever it goes. Whenever it's in the 11th house of friends.
It's in the 10th, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyways.
Is it in the 11th?
No, it's in the 10th.
It looks like it's in the 10th.
Yeah, because
it's just smashes my doctor career.
Career, reputation.
Yeah.
But
there is no planet.
Another thing which I think you might appreciate,
that's
what the 10th house represents is God's purpose for you. So you can find your healing, which is Chiron too, through what you were brought here to do, your purpose.
Yeah.
And
here's
I want
why
to cry.
No.
Oh my god. It's the moon in Cancer.
Cancer. And you got Vertex and Venus and Parasite. Okay, so here's why you don't have friends. Here's why this is true. Here's why you can't just say, oh, it's the wrong house.
Right.
there is still a reason, an astrological reason, which is easily found in the chart. Well, here's your house of friends. There's nothing in it.
11th house, yeah.
11th house. So you go to the, so first of all, there's nothing in it. So there's not that much activation in your friend's house. So that just right there would show that
it's not a focus
partially
in your life.
Oh.
Yeah. So now you get more detail on that. What is the ruler to your 11th house? What is the ruling planet, the Lord of your friends, the Lord of your friendships in this lifetime? Well, the 11th house cusp, the beginning to the 11th house, the beginning of everything is so important, especially in astrology, is pointing to Scorpio. What's the ruling planet of Scorpio? Mars. Where is Mars? In Libra. Its least favorite sign. One of them at least. It's in detriment. So Mars is debilitated. Mars is your planet of friends. Your planet of friends is debilitated.
Yeah.
I rest my case.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you can do that throughout with all of them, even if they have planets in them. And who goes?
Oh, well, I was just thinking in relation to myself, like I have, like I was saying earlier, I have my 11th house is in Cancer and I don't have any planets there. And I've never really like had many friends, but the friends that I do have are very transformative. And the moon, which rules Cancer, is my ruler lord of my 11th house, is conjunct Pluto. So that's like transformative friends.
Should we, Crystal?
You gotta go like this. Yeah.
Visual aid. So her 11th house cusp is pointing to Cancer. And she's got no friends too, no planets activating her friend's house, so to speak. And she never really has had many friends, and she's mentioned that many times. And the only friend she had was a Cancer.
My best friend in high school, yeah.
And that's how it is too. Mine's a Pisces, and I had two best Pisces friends, and they actually had the same birthday. And I don't have any planets there either. So for her, it's Cancer. And no planets. And then the ruler to Cancer is the moon. Where do you go? Find the moon in Libra. So her friends would have a touch of Libran energy, and it's conjunct Pluto. So they'd have a touch of Scorpionic Pluto energy, and it's retrograde. So the ruler, the lord of her friends, is the moon, and it's conjunct a retrograding Pluto, which is very malefic. Pluto is malefic, and retrograde adds to that malevolence. Challenges really. So yeah, you would have challenges with your friendships as well.
Yeah, it's not that I don't make friends, it's just it's not like a focus, like to have that close-knit connection.
You just don't have tons of friends
with a lot of people. I have like 2 to 3 close friends, and that's perfectly good with me.
Usually when I I am in doubt and I ask the highest, like, why I don't have friends, it's like I didn't come here to make friends. I came here to bring evolution, like to raise the bar, and you can't really have that many friends when you do stuff like that. So that would make sense, but it always makes me sad, like, because I'm very emotional type of person.
Right.
So
well, I know if I wasn't in relationship, which I basically have been my whole adult life, I'd probably have the same sadness feelings that I didn't have friends, because having somebody with you all, every day is different than being alone all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like much of my life, I've also been in like relationships with people, like had girlfriends like that. long relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and when I don't have, I'm just by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. So I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Another thing that just occurred to me is you'd mentioned you've healed so many people, and you kind of wanted to do that and whatnot. And I was looking all around. I didn't find much significance, but I just found it. It's the healer in the 10th house, your house of career and what you're known for.
And God's purpose for you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But then when we were talking about that earlier, I noticed North Node and Virgo.
Yeah, yep. That was the one
That's
thing
the
I
healer
noticed too.
too.
I've healed AIDS. Cancer. I've healed cancer. Of course, I'm a cancer.
Yeah, cancer.
I've healed blood cancer. Like on a distance, I wasn't even close to the person.
Wow. Super potent, huh?
Wow, long
That's
distance.
that Pluto. Super powerful and potent.
Yeah. And Cancer.
Right on your ascendant.
The sign Cancer is the lymphatic system, and the sign Cancer is the sign of Cancer, because it's the lymphs that go. And yeah, and the sun is actually the blood. And you have the sun in Cancer, so that's
the Hydra, ain't it? No, I don't remember. I just wrote down all the deacons.
Yeah.
No, that's the heart, ain't it? Never mind.
Yeah, we'll have to get into like more in depth, like deacons, and we won't have time today. But that astrocartography we mentioned before we started recording, the map of the world, where you put your birth chart over the map of the world to see how you're affected when you're in different areas.
I want to see that.
Yeah, we'll have to do that next time for sure.
That's a good one too. Yeah, and another reason why the sign Cancer is because the sign Cancer is the cardinal monetary sign. It's ruled by the moon. The moon is money. And Cancer
is it?
Yep. Cancer, the disease, is the largest profit industry in the world. Cancer is creating illness and charging a fortune, extreme amounts, to fix it.
Yeah.
Another thing about Chiron too is it kind of squashes everything where it goes. So you have it in the 7th house, all your relationships that for all the people that we've met have just been dismal. And for you, it's in the 10th house, which is what you're known for. And you mentioned your YouTube channel, which would be the 10th house, how you're seen to the public. You mentioned that it just doesn't work. That squashed it for you. Does that sound kind of true?
Yeah.
It's retrograde too.
I just gave up on it because, I people, they don't support me at all because I just scare them away.
Well, we're gonna
too much for them.
We're gonna make a change in that.
Yeah. And my Chiron is in the 4th, and I lost 2 stepfathers to suicide, and my biological father was a heavy drug user. I never really spent much time with him, and then I lost him when I was 29 or 30, so it's pretty early on. It was pretty hard to watch him. I just kind of realizing every day that I'm traumatized. I was kind of watching him almost die in front of me. Last two years ago, about 6 or 7 different times. I was pretty convinced he was going to die right in front. So that's Chiron in the 4th. That's what Chiron does. And my Chiron is heavily negatively activated with poor aspects. I've got opposition. It's in like the heart of a T-square. So I've got like.
Oh man, I'm really sorry to hear that. Yeah, I know
the way the animation goes.
But I know more Scorpios that have like very traumatizing bonds with their father.
And that adds to it too. And this is all square.
Right.
Scorpio.
I got to put on all the aspects.
Wow, that chart.
Yeah, here. I'll come back to it. I just got to do one more thing here.
It's a crunchy little triangle.
Crunchy.
Crunched over in the corner.
Right.
Or you could have did the Chiron.
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay.
Let's keep it.
This was a great idea. This reading.
Yeah, it's been real good. We'll just check this out and then we can close it out.
There's my Chiron in the fourth house. Yeah. Fourth house is fathers. So my point is just wherever Chiron goes, it kind of smashes that sector in their life. 7th house is relationships, 11th house is friends, 10th house is your career and how the public sees you. 4th house is father. And 10th house is also the mother too. And you mentioned you don't have much of a relationship with your mother, so squashing that for you. Chiron's brutal. But for me, for proof or whatever, the story behind my Chiron, it's opposite Saturn. Oppositions are the hardest of the Saturnian angle. Saturn's the hardest. It's opposite Saturn, so it's doubled up on that Saturnian satanic Satan energy. Cold and dry, greatest malefic.
Yeah.
Time is very serious. And the Grim Reaper, the Reaper of Time, rules your time here. So it's opposite that, and it's square. 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. 3 squares square my sun and my moon and Mars, the secondary malefic. So it's got an opposition to a malefic, square to a malefic, and square.
Is the Scorpio
in
planets,
Scorpio?
Yeah.
In a very poor house, the 6th house. It's the worst house. The 6th of the 12th. I think it's the 6th. Yeah, and it's square a waning moon in fall, in the worst house. So yeah, that Chiron there is a pinnacle of really challenging, unfortunate, unpleasant energy. It's even got an inconjunct to that erratic Uranus.
Yeah.
But I see like this sextile energy between your planets that, like, even though it's tough, you have a lot of strength.
Sextile's the Venetian. So the Venus is the theme of my chart. Taurus is the ascendant, and so Venus rules my chart. So Venus is the theme, one of the themes. Venus and Mars.
Yeah.
But for everyone, don't get too negative on that Chiron there, because it comes with the equal or opposite and rewards. It is the healer, and it has its healing side. So that's why I'm so into healing, why I've got all these healing protocols, and I can probably help a lot with healing. And look at all the angles to it. It has the 2 dotted lines there. So 1, 2, 3 squares.
You are helping a lot with healing.
It has 8 angles to it. It's almost connected to every planet.
Right. Yeah. Trining Mercury. So you're sitting here talking about your Chiron, communicating it.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that something?
Yeah.
And then one more cool thing I could show you on your chart that you were asking if you could see anything else. Or maybe we should just, and you can count any amount of houses to see. So if you want to see the wealth of your partner, the 2nd house is the wealth house, 2, and the 7th house is your partner. So if you count 2 from your 7th house, counting the
7th house.
So 1, 2. So right here at the 8th house would be the wealth of your partner. You've got Cancer, which is a highly wealthy sign,
financial sign.
It can be either extreme,
one way or the
money,
other.
they spend it too much or get a lot and spend it fast. But then you've got Venus there too, which is a wealthy sign. So that would be and you can do that any way you want. The 4th house is your father, so you want to see the information on your partner's father. 7th house is your partner. Count 4 over 1.
I thought it was reversed, like the 4th house was the mother.
Well, it depends. It can be reversed. So yeah, when you're looking at people's charts, it could be 4th house mother, 10th house father.
Okay, because I don't talk with any of them, so it's hard to see.
Right.
It's almost always
you've got Saturn there in your 4th house too, so that's going to bring restrictions to whether it be your mother or father.
Yep.
Yeah,
and it's a Saturn, a debilitated Saturn, and it's opposite. It's got opposition and 2 squares. It's a pinnacle of a T-square. It's Saturn, the greatest malefic, and it's in detriment. It's in fall in Aries, and it's got a T-square. So that's why the parental axis for you is they're slightly interchangeable. Pretty much always the 4th house is the father and the 10th house is the mother.
Okay.
But they do say it can be switched, but I've never seen that.
I've seen it a couple times, but
it could be the way you're interpreting it. Well, if they're saying that it is swappable, it probably is in some cases.
Yep. Yeah.
I think that's enough information.
So that's that. Yeah, that's a lot, isn't it? A lot to integrate. But you've got this air trine, so you're just absorbing it all, I'm sure, just like
you can keep up mentally.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right here.
Like in my chart, like I don't know your charts that well, so I had to let go of some information there.
Yeah.
You know, I can absorb like everything you're saying.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, water sign too. That's absorbent. Sun in Cancer.
Yeah, well, this has been fun. Thank you for allowing us to look deeper into who you are, and
I'm very grateful.
That. Yeah.
My you unlocked my zooming into your chart abilities too. Some people have a block, and I look at the chart and I just can't get in. I cannot get in, and they're like, "Tell me something," and they have a block. There's some sort of blockage, whether they're like, let's see what this astrologer has to say, or they want to know and there's something blocking them, or they're just that dense. I can't get into. Can't get in. But yours is wide open. I'm seeing this and that and this, and I can just I could go forever because you're open.
But I also know my own chart in and out.
Yeah.
My tropical and my sidereal charts, I know them, you know, like my own back pocket.
Right.
That.
So I think that's why, like, and I'm not. Usually I'm skeptical, but I'm not skeptical with you too. I see you as being pretty, what do you call it? Good at your work. At your your profession.
Sagittarius is the skeptical sign.
Yeah.
And I can see the goat in you too. I've been doing this a lot lately. Starting last night, we watched a political movie, and Capricorn and Cancer is the political axis.
Yeah.
And they were all Capricorns in there, and I could see their goat eyes the whole time.
That's the only reason why we watch movies, is to analyze the actors and the roles they play, because we'll bring up their chart and it's fun.
People, they hate watching movies with me because I always say like, oh, this is gonna happen. Like, so I never watch movies because, you know, like you two, I will analyze the characters and what signs they are and all that stuff. So
it's the best way to learn.
Like I was obsessed with Brad Pitt once because he was also like Capricorn moon. These Capricorn moon actors, because like I felt more okay with being like very cold and detached.
Right.
Like that. So
well, this has been real good. We look forward to...
I'm very grateful.
We look forward to next time.
Yep. Thanks a lot. That was fun.
Yeah,
it was. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to seeing you again.
Yes.
Yep. Us too. Yeah, let's do it again. Let's get on a rhythm.
Okay. You all have a beautiful day, and thanks for listening.
Okay, bye.